Darling, they're scrubbing the videos because they didn't win that seat, and now they are expecting prosecution. There's some silver lining in there, so let's go back. I mentioned this the other day. I was like, oh, interesting. They're removing the video. So if you have it, save it, because they're scrubbing it, just like a handful of other videos where they admitted things, and now they're scrubbing the internet of it and calling anyone who remembers it a conspiracy theorist, or who has a copy of it a conspiracy theorist, okay? That's them with this right now. They proudly put out propaganda where that girl stood up there and said, yes, I was paid for my vote. I did what I was told, and now I'm a millionaire. They were proud of it because they thought they were going to win the seat, and their sycophant was not going to prosecute them for doing these illegal things. So they were fine with being brash about the illegality of what they were doing. But since they lost it, they're trying to scrub the internet of their admission of guilt. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to find out where the lines are and where we need to send the reinforcements to push back, because we're finding them. We're finding the cracks and creases, and we need to apply pressure to those. I'm sure you saw another early investor into the Tesla is also standing up and saying, oh, Sugar Daddy Doo-Doo needs to step down. Now, listen, baby, this brand is dead. We're not reviving it. Okay, I don't care if he steps down, because these shareholders, they didn't want him to step down when he was throwing the salute. They didn't want him to step down when he was putting money into races around the world. They didn't want him to step down when he was insulting Germans in Germany by convincing them that they need to bring back the 40s. Okay, that didn't bother any of those shareholders and early investors. You know what bothered them? When the price started dipping, when people started trading in their cars, when the sales went away. That's when they stood up and said, now we want him to screw them. All right, it's done. It's cooked. They deserve to lose everything. They deserve it. Okay, they should have spoke up sooner. They should have spoke up when he was doing the special wave, not when it hit their pocket. Side note, do you know anyone that's substituting eggs for something else this year for their Easter? I don't do those holidays anymore. Like I said, I'm fully deconstructed, no longer do any steeple people stuff. But I saw somewhere that people are using alternatives to eggs because of how expensive eggs have been. And so now I'm curious to see who's like dyeing potatoes, because that's what the article I saw. What are you using instead of eggs if you're not using eggs? Or are you just getting those little plastic ones that are pre-filled? I don't know. Like I said, I don't participate in this anymore, but I found it interesting that we're like day one into liberated America, and it's like people are coloring potatoes for Easter because they can't afford eggs. I'm like, wow, we hit that depression fast. It's not funny. It's not funny. I thought I saw a headline somewhere saying that someone, probably one of the seed people, were trying to outlaw personal gardens, that you can't grow produce. Do you understand? These people are bankrupting the farms and then trying to make it illegal for you to grow food at home. Winning, right? So much winning. The same people who are like, I just want the price of everything to go down, have forgotten that that's what they said. And now they're going, I'm glad to pay more for everything. Makes me a patriot. And that's why, darling, we don't let them hold the reins. Side note, I know I already said this, but I just want to keep it up because this is important. I don't want it to lose light. The amount of these people I have seen scared and upset and shooketh over the Garcia situation and being sent with a protected order, found and sent anyway, just so the regime could normalize not only people getting kidnapped off the street, but people being sold, sent, and the government saying, we sold him and we're not going to bring him back. We don't care. Okay. A father without a criminal record who was on his way to picking up his special needs child. Yeah. You know, it was A, a test, and B, normalization of something they want to make happen. So I am proud of the amount of accomplices who immediately understood what that was and said, excuse me, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't? Why are we selling people? I need more of it. More of it. Like I said in the subscriber only poll, we got double manifestation. We are at the point where we need all of the energy on deck. We need all of the action and all of the mother loving visualization. There we go. I speak English today. We need it all. We need it all, darling. Okay? So keep that going. Okay? Keep it going. We need it all balled up for the 5th. And then we'll see what happens after that. Because I don't know. We're starting to see the cracks. People are starting to peel away. People are starting to support reality. So they just need some extra push from us, some extra incentive from us, whether it be from us withholding our wallets, us electric sliding in the street, a combination of both. And then, if anyone with particular sets of tactical skills want to help us remove people physically from these buildings, we got your back. Just tell us what to do and where to show up. And we are there with boots and bells on, baby. Let's go.